Okay, I had decided to add 2 more on here because I wasn't really sure where this was going to fit or how I was going to end up putting it on my wreath. If I have some on here that I end up not using, then that's okay too. But the one thing I did, even though I do like the signs, one thing you do need to watch for, and I will get my finger for this, is just check your signs, your Dollar Tree sign, to make sure it's not coming off. If it is, you can go ahead and use your hot glue, and I use a smaller glue gun for this so that it gets under there better. And just how far down it'll be still going. If I didn't use this finger, you know it would be squishing out everywhere, but currently it's not. So yeah, yay for that. I do have 2 little tricks I'll show you, but the first one that I'll show you is that for my glue gun, I have an extra pair of these wire cutters, so I use that to sit my glue gun on. That's one thing. And I want to go ahead and put my 2 big pieces of my wreath, but before I do, I want to clean this wreath up, and I want to show you what I mean. So all of these pieces that are sticking out and that might scratch up someone's door, I want to cut those off and just kind of turn it, just so you get different views of different things sticking out. And of course, you're probably going to see stuff from the camera angle that I'm not seeing, and it's going to drive you crazy that, oh, she didn't get that one. So yeah. I like these little curly things. I don't tend to cut all them off because to me that's my favorite part. I guess because I always used to put curlicues on all my letters when I was growing up. Anybody else used to do that? I think that's the sign of creativity ahead. Okay. I'm happy with that. I'll go ahead and check the bag. I don't like that. That's not going to be good. I actually think I like this, the way this lays better, and because I want to put my sign over here and this side looks a little bit wider, I think I like it this way better. So, that being said, I now think I have only going to use those middle ones, and I can take these off, or usually I just fold them up too. It'll depend. I may end up taking them off, but this also allows for the wreath to be used on different things, taken off, used differently. I make all of my attachments removable. Whenever I do one of my animal attachments, you'll see what I'm talking about. So yeah, there we go. So like I said, I want my wreath on my sign on this side, and I want it secure. So I want to thread my cleaners, pipe cleaners, not just around this, but through it. So I want 2 of them going through, and then secure it like that. The hard part for me will be designing this sitting down, because usually I have it on my stand, but I'm going to see if I can do it. The other thing I want to do is, I only made the 2 bows, but I think I want to go ahead and put this bow on where I want it, and then I'll have you come along with me as I pick out the florals and all the other things I'm going to add. Okay, I think I want this here. Trying to decide, did I want it up there? Did I want it down here? I'll go ahead and put it in the middle. All I'm doing is taking the pipe cleaner and threading it through. I guess I should have made it where you could see it instead of the other way. Threading it through several pieces of the grapevine. Oh, I'm hooked. And then I'm just gonna tighten it on, and that grapevine, that pipe cleaner will end up being on this side of on the wreath instead of on the back side. You have to keep that in mind if you change it. Now, this bow will end up getting squished while I'm doing all this, and that's fine. Another thing is, if I only use this bow and not this other one, I can still sell this as a set, because this would be cute on a lantern, a candle stand, just anywhere else. So it still just pulls it all together. Okay, so now let me grab some different florals and show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, so it took me a few minutes to pick out the things that I wanted, but in doing that, I changed my mind, and I want to move the sign to the middle. So, again, just the reason why I didn't take all the stems off is because I don't know what I want. It's the first time I've used this size of sign, but I felt like I wanted to use this sign. I just wanted to use more than this sign. Like, I felt like this sign wasn't enough by itself, even though I loved it. Okay, so let's make sure. So guess what I'm learning? You get to learn with me. I can leave the sign longer. Maybe I'll just do it more like that. Okay. We'll see. I could change my mind again. Who knows? I'm just going to use this piece right here to hook this top pipe cleaners through. And like I said, this is the first time. I probably shouldn't have picked a first time wreath to do as a video, but hey, I think it's gonna truly show you the process. Okay, so then I'll use this side of cleaners over here and go through this wraparound. So I'm okay with it for now. We'll see. It kind of felt like it was just kind of stuck out there on its own, and like it wasn't a part of the wreath, even though I hadn't had it all together yet. Anyway, we'll go from here again until I change my mind again. It's okay. All right, some things I picked out. These are these are from Michael's. I think I got them at no, it says Joann's. Sorry, I lied. These are from Joann's. Okay. So again, remember, I want to focus on this green. So I know I definitely want these in as my base. Another thing that I do when I use stems and I don't use all my flowers, I'll sometimes, instead of just having these little pieces flying around wherever, I'll just randomly stick them back on the stems of another plant, so I'll have them when I'm ready for them. This one is, I don't know what's going on there. Okay. Look at what's going on here. Okay, so pulled off there. So I'm going to cut that off. There's score marks on there, so I usually just pick one of them. If they're too, like this one, I'll see where if I can add it to another. This one has a couple on there, so I'll put this one on here. And I think I saw a single. Okay, that'll work. Five is my number. I tend to work in odds, 3, 5, 7s, that type of deal. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll put these at the top. And I'll get my 5 for the bow. I got these, or is a 3-pack from, it says Quinn from Harbor Freight, and these make cutting those stems very easy for my hands. So I'm going to start at the bottom just because it's easier for me to see from this point. Most of these are going this side, so I'm going to put them on this out like that. Now, sometimes I use zip ties, sometimes I use hot glue. It just depends, and I'm trying to decide what kind of mood I'm in today on what I want to use. And two, sometimes it depends on how well that they stay up in there when I push them up into the grapevine. Now for me, I can never really tell if I like a wreath until I take a picture of it. I don't know what it is, but I can study the picture and see more of what I like or don't like. This piece came off of one of them. A couple of them did. So I want them on there. I'm going to glue them in. Just glue along the stem. And then I tuck it into the grapevine. So see this, I want to turn it, there we go, that's where I want it. And sometimes I can push this in, and then I have this one that's not, doesn't have anything on it, so I'm going to tuck it in up there, so that'll actually give it a better leverage. And I want these greenery to extend over this welcome so that it's kind of pulling it in, like, oh, we're a cohesive team here. And down here, I'm going to probably put another one to go toward the end of the board. Same reason. if I get out of the camera, I'm sorry. I'm learning how to do this, trying to look at what I'm doing and look at the camera until I figure out a better way. Okay. Like I said, I think I want a little bit more here. So I will cut off these last two pieces, put them in. So there, I'm happy with that. All I have to do is tuck this under there. Voila. Now, again, like I said, I'm working on some greenery stuff. These berries and these pumpkins are from Dollar Tree. I think a lot of the rest that I have is from Dollar Tree. These are Dollar Tree. These are mini pomegranates. This one is a hydrangea. I believe it was from Hobby Lobby. Sorry, didn't know you couldn't see these. And I may split it, even though it's beautiful the way it is. But because it's kind of too big for the middle of my bow, I don't know. I may like that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. This, I believe, was from Hobby Lobby, but this and the hydrangea were actually left over from last year. So they were in my stash, my last year's stash. So but I could still use this. I still want and make it into smaller pieces. So just because it comes one way doesn't mean that's the way you have to use it. I don't know if I have another stem that what I'm wanting to see is, woo! I may just have to take them out and use them, but I think I want to use all of these, and I don't know if you can tell how pretty these are or not, but like I said, I want this to be my focus color and build around it. Not sure what I'm going to use yet. This is Willow. Again, this is from the Dollar Tree. I think as long as you're using a lot of the Dollar Tree flowers, I think the flowers have come a long way, but I think as long as you're using a lot of them, it really helps make it look, what's the word? Not cheap, because that's not what we're going for at all. And that's why I mix some more expensive pieces with the Dollar Tree pieces. So they help to be good fillers. I don't necessarily want to take those apart, because I think I can just spread them apart and get the same effect, and I could get this to stick in better if I leave it thick, as a thicker piece. So just spreading it out. Whatever I do on one side, I'm just duplicating on the other. These are called flocking balls. Again, I got them from the Dollar Tree. And again, I may be able to spread them out, tuck them in. I know some fell off the other one. There they are. They're all still here. Just gotta put them back on. I like also about these is that they have that double piece of greenery on there. I like that. I think that helps make it more of a filler also. Oh, this one just came off like that. So I just have to find the hole. There it is. And add a little glue on that one. Does anyone remember watching Bob? What was his the painter? What was his name? Oh my goodness. I used to watch him all the time. Actually, I can still watch him now. But if I end up not liking these, it's going to be super easy to just leave the stem in there as a filler and move these. So keep that in mind. I won't know until I look at it, stand it up. This is very difficult for me to look at it laying down. So I do have lots of the green going here. I do want to use these big hydrangea leaves, but I also want to use some of the fall leaves to pull in with here. So these that I've got two different ones. It says I have grape leaves and a maple bouquet, but I don't really see a big difference. But anyway, those are the ones I picked, so that's what we're going to use. And I am taking these apart, so that one was empty. I'm sure I have extras. Another thing when I'm deciding on prices for my when I'm making my wreaths is I will keep the stem. I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second. And then at the end I'll count those up so that I'll know for sure how many I use, especially if I'm using a lot of the Dollar Tree stuff. So I'll keep that and I'll count those at the end. So hopefully I'm giving you guys little tricks that you didn't know. It's always the goal, just learning from each other. You may count them out ahead of time and say that's what you're going to use, but if you're like me, I may pick them out, but I may not end up using everything I pick out, so I prefer to just keep what I actually use. This one has that little on there, but I'm going to leave it on there so it'll be just fine. And again, I'm going to go ahead and hot glue these a little bit. Just because, one, I'm getting full in there, and so it will also help the other stuff. These don't have that, so I'm going to make sure that I kind of share the love on these little decorative things here. Yeah, I can already tell I don't want these all bunched up. Just fine. Just move them. Just change your mind. Put them somewhere else. Not a big deal. I do have a little tiny melting pot, but I haven't necessarily found that I like it better than the glue gun. I want to pull some of these out so I can keep the different textures showing. And also bend those so they don't have to be in the same areas. I don't want to get it too bright. See, I initially picked these out, but I don't think I want those. I do think I want some of the pomegranates, and I am probably see what. Sometimes I don't use it, but since I'm wanting the green, I'm gonna leave the leaves on there and just make them shorter. That little pomegranate only had one on there, so I'm not sure where I'll use him. Sitting on my bouncy ball, so don't laugh at me. Okay. I have to check down every once in a while, make sure you can see. I'm going to turn it just because I'm not sure. I think it's coming along. I've been spending so much time just looking at all the different wreaths and saving them and pinning them, and I'm like, you know what? You have all these signs. Take those signs and just go use them and use them as your inspiration, and stop trying to look at what everybody else is doing. I think I want this one a little shorter. I like getting inspiration from others, but sometimes you gotta get to a point where you just stop looking and start doing. And again, I think I want this one down here, lower. I do notice that I have more of the yellow leaves on that end and more of these red ones on this end, so I can show you what I'll do if I want to change that up. So this little leaves have these little things right here, so I just take that off since I already have that one glued in down there. Come back. And where did I put the little top? It rolled off. Oh, there it is. And if I couldn't have found the top, you could just put a little hot glue on there. So now I have a little more yellow for here, but I think that yellow's enough. I think I still like this one on that end, but I want it shorter. I always like to cut my stems longer than I want, and so that if I do change my mind and end up wanting them shorter, it's easier to do, but it's not if I need them longer. So keep that in mind. Put these pomegranates in. I thought they were stepping up their game with these little things. I haven't seen a lot of this stuff. I thought it was all new, and I don't know. Still have more leaves. Still have more hydrangeas. I need to put that on there. I'm going to flip out my bowl here and decide. I think I want that hydrangea. Like I said, I want them green to be the emphasis. And I mean, yeah, I kind of really can't see that bow. But I like it. I think I like it. The only thing is once I glue it, that's it. So I'll need to make sure I really like it. I'm not done. I still want to add more ribbon tails, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I just want a lot more texture. I think I want to use these. Again, I'm going to keep the green. A lot of people get rid of it. They don't like it. Or they don't like the really shiny green. I don't really like it either, but these are dull and muted, so I'm good with that. I don't like to put too much of these though, because from season to season, sometimes they get bumped and knocked off and stuff, and so that's not so pretty. Thought I had some little white flowers, but I only have the leaves. Again, these are Dollar Tree. I think I want some little white flowers. Let me grab them. Let's see which ones I want. These are called mini mums, and these are viburnum, I think. Let's try them. Or mini mums. I almost wish I was doing this live so I could get your feedback. Let's do mums. Hopefully that's what you thought too. Gotta take that tag off. So I'm going to tell you guys, every time I go to do this, just because I don't know where I misplaced my other scissors, I can hear Mimi yelling at me about using these scissors on paper. I know I shouldn't do it. I know she's up there looking down saying, what are you doing? It's just a little bit, wasn't that much. Maybe she won't be too mad. My Mimi was a wonderful lady. Even though I didn't have her, she was my adopted Mimi. I only had her for a couple of years, but man, it's pretty awesome. Glad I had her when I did. She taught me how to make, well, she taught me, but I don't do it. She showed me, let's say that. She showed me how to make peanut brittle. And never had any like it. And I probably should have learned, but I don't like to cook. I'd rather make things. I'd rather have somebody else cook. And there's no rhyme or reason. I just kind of look to where I like, oh, there looks to be like a little space. And that's where I think I want to put it. So that's where I put it. And so what do you think? Should I make all of this up into a kit and let this be a wreath kit? I don't know. I don't know how expensive that may be. Maybe a wreath kit if you bought your own wreath, because that would be a lot to ship. To ship with that wreath. Okay. I won't be able to take a picture until tomorrow. I haven't. Oh, I still need to add a ribbon. I'm not gonna add it. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna add some tails. I'm not going to add any tails. If I decide later to add tails, I'll let you know. For now, I'm going to leave it like this. I think, let me sit back down on my ball. See if I got it in there where you can see it. I will take pictures and add the pictures. I will glue this down. I always kind of hesitate before I glue that because I need to kind of hang it up and look at it front on and make sure that I'm pretty sure I want it. Let's just go for it. Here we go. So I'm going to put some glue in here. I'm going to put some glue on here. Here we go. And glue that puppy down. Now with these other hydrangeas, I can cut them off and bundle them together. So if I bundled 3 of them together, which, oh no, looky there, which I may do and add. Oh, I think I need to see what happens when you keep your imagination just keeps going and going and going and going. But I want to show you how I could use these, and they're not going to be a waste. Nothing's a waste. So if I put them in a bundle of 3, it's still like a newly formed one. And find the spot where I want it, maybe right here. Let's do that. Can you see what I'm at? And I'm putting it on the wreath and not on these pieces because they're pretty small. And I don't feel like getting that burnt. I think I'm going to be pretty excited with this. I think I'm going to be more surprised when I get to see it. So there's that one. And just to kind of even it out. I don't want it too much on the side. I'm going to put this one up here. Oh, I think I like it. I think I like it. I'm not the singer in my family. My daughter, my husband are. But I pretend like I can sometimes. I hope you guys like it. I think it's when you get to see the final picture of the whole thing. I don't know how to make it come out even anymore. Hold on.